Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Today, this morning, there is no specific topic for today's video. I'm just gonna discuss some things that I heard this morning on the morning show that I listened to. If you are interested in Christian-based, biblically based news that you don't have to worry about, that has a skew, and you just want the truth, you just want the facts, I would encourage you to download the AFR app. This morning I was listening to Sandy Rios, and they were talking about Judith Reisman, which I did not know had passed away. She was the lady that did a lot of work in exposing Dr. Alfred Kinsey. Now, do you recall back during the debates during the Obama administration, when he was going for his second term and he was debating Mitt Romney, and Mitt Romney said he wants to introduce 5-year-olds to sex education, and Obama laughed and made a joke about it, and Obama's in response, his rebuttal was basically, yes, I do. Science-based sex education. Well, that whole little word, science-based education, he is getting that from Dr. Kinsey. Now, if you know anything about all this sex trafficking scandal and everything that has been going on with Pizzagate and Obama saying he gonna order 65,000 hot dogs, code word little boys. This is one of the documentary videos that I have. It's called The Kinsey Syndrome, How One Man Destroyed the Morality of America. And this is what it looks like. And if you want any information on this, how this man destroyed the morality of America, see if you can find this documentary. I actually ordered this off of Alex Jones' website, his store. Hold on, hold that thought. Let me change this this battery. Every time I get ready to do a video, this battery. Okay, back to what I was saying. Dr. Alfred Kinsey, the man who destroyed the morality of America. This man's pseudoscience documented his so-called experimental science-based information, which was really the recording of pedophiles molesting children as young as 5 months in a 24-hour period. Now, the disgusting thing about this information that these pedophiles recorded and how he twisted it was when these kids was crying out, from what their abusers was doing to them, they listed that as orgasms. So when these kids were, every time they cried, they would list, oh, the child had an orgasm. So based on this information, a lot of these laws and things that were done in the court where they reduced sentences and things of that nature, and the sexualization of children and the educational system all came from this pseudoscience from Dr. Kinsey. There's so many twisted things in this world, my friends. This is why this world is coming to an end. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you. There's only two paths. The side of God and the side of the devil. And the devil's children is busy. We see that they are doing everything within their power to gain more power, to run America into the form of a dictatorship under communism, to strip us of all our freedoms. This is where all of this is headed. One world, their new world order. But anyway, Dr. Judith Reisman, with all of her research and investigations, and when she finally got the government involved, now I mentioned this before on a video, and you can read about that in this book called Foundations by Renee Wormser. The only thing she could do when the Warren Commission, when they got done, the only thing they could do was publish this in a book. That's the only thing they could do. Why was that the only thing they could do? Because even during that time, the deep state was busy. When they started digging into who was funding Dr. Kinsey, and they saw, oh, the Rockefeller Foundation, oh, the Carnegie Foundation, oh, Oppenheimer, all of these people, they cut it off, because money is the root of all evil. These people who have been in power, these so-called elite who has been destroying our country from within, they were behind helping Alfred Kinsey destroy the morality of America, which we know when this country was founded, it was founded on the freedom of religion. People fled to this country to have the ability to worship God according to the dictates of their conscience. They were persecuted in the old world. They had to follow the Pope's dictates, the traditions of the church. And if you did anything different, you faced the Inquisition. But anyway, last week I told you I was reading The Devil in Karl Marx. Well, I finished that book. Now I'm on The Naked Communist. You might say, why am I reading so much about communists? Because, let me just make it real simple. This is about two competing religions. Christianity and all the false religions on the left. And communism, yes, it is a religion. When you read about how these people dedicate their whole lives to making their stateless, classless society to become the utopia in the end. But you see, this is the opposite of what Christianity teaches. In communism, they don't want you to have property. In the Bible, God teaches, inheritance and property. People took pride in their property when you read about it in the Bible. Just like Ahab, he wanted a certain vineyard that belonged to a man, Nabal. And he asked the man to sell it to him. He said, no, this is my inheritance. He went home depressed, told his wife Jezebel. Jezebel had the man brought up on some Trump charges and had him killed. And Ahab took the man's vineyard. Same thing in communism. They want to strip you of owning property. But we see, just like in Christianity, you have hypocrites. They have hypocrites in the religion of communism. BLM just been put on blast. Patrice Colliers. It came out that she bought several properties. Contrary to what she propagates through her Marxist beliefs, she's buying up property. Not only that, she's buying up property in predominantly white communities. So you see, my friends, smoke and mirrors. These people will stir up the masses and use them to do their destructive work to hurt this country. But in the end, they don't even hold to the so-called ideology that they profess to believe. And to sum this whole video up, what does this boil down to? Good against evil. What all these things I just shared with you have in common, from Dr. Kinsey to Karl Marx, through all the people that they mention in The Naked Communists, like Leon Trotsky, Vladimir Lenin, Joseph Stalin. Many of these people, and let me just say about the last three I'll mention, those are cryptos. If you know what I mean by saying cryptos, because Leon Trotsky, his name is Lev Bronstein. That's how I'm going to end it on that, with his name. Crypto. All of these people started out in a belief in God. Joseph Stalin was even in a school being educated to be a priest. And they did a complete 180. Karl Marx, the same thing. And they fell victim, just like Eve, to the devil, and dedicated their whole lives to destroying God's creation, killing millions and millions of human beings to bring about their so-called stateless, classless utopia. But if you read anything in the things in this Communist Manifesto, it is something that is straight from the pit of hell, something that is straight from the devil, because everything is contrary to the Word of God. You see how they push, you know, each will produce according to his ability, each will receive according to his need. Completely contrary to the Bible, because you will be rewarded according to your works. You know, each person's ability is different. People that are well educated and put forth the hard work, they go on to found businesses and corporations. And those that are sluggards, like the Bible speaks of, when it tells you to look at the ant, thou sluggard, you see how the ant works and harvests all of this food. And then when the winter comes, it is stored up and it has food to eat on. You know, well, the same thing when you look at human beings. You know, those that choose not to work, they do not eat. The Bible says, if you don't work, you don't eat. But under Marxism, they will take from those that work hard and give to the sluggard, you know, which continues to enable them to be in the condition that they're in. Because they say, hey, why work when these others are going to give to me and help me in my time of need? See, but in the Bible, we give charity to those who are struggling until they get to the point where they are able to do for themselves. You see Jesus teaching men how to fish. You know, we don't have a perpetual system like the government tries to set up to keep people dependent on the government. You know, state becoming mommy and daddy to take care of you. And this is what they want, because this is how they hold power over the masses, by making you dependent on them. Well, my friends, I don't want to go on. I just wanted to share with you some things that I had been thinking about, things that I have been reading this week, and how it all continues to boil down to this one underlying theme: good versus evil. There is no gray areas. Now, you can say you're going to sit on the fence. Oh, I'm a liberal. I don't really push so hard these conservative values. Guess what? It is appointed unto man once to die, and then the judgment. So I would suggest to you that you reconsider your spiritual well-being. At the end of the day, yes, you have a choice to go to hell or to go to heaven. It's all up to you. That's what God gives us: free will, freedom of choice. But in communism, the system under the devil, there is no free will. It is what they dictate to you, and you take it or leave it. You know, and those that chose not to follow it, they face the gallows. They put those people to death. Like one person said, if that system was so great, why have so many people fled those countries that was under socialism and communism? But yet, we're dealing with these retards today who wants to bring America under that system. This is what makes America so great, and what makes so many people that are flooding our borders to come into America, because they know this is the land of opportunity, allegedly the land of the free, which we are fighting for our rights to stay free. Just like these two rifles displayed on this flag behind me, the right to bear arms. Many people don't have these in the European nations. You know, the people cannot fight against a tyrannical government, and our government is becoming more and more tyrannical each day by Joseph Biden. Okay, my friends, that's how I'm going to end it. Something that is food for thought, something for you to think about, you know, because at the end of the day, tomorrow is not promised. You step outside your house to go about your daily duties, there is no guarantee that you're coming back home. That might be your last day. So I would encourage you to start thinking spiritually, because there's only one prophecy to be fulfilled. And the structure of this last prophecy is being set up before our very eyes, under this not being able to buy or sell, under this digital great reset, where the masses will be divided into groups. You know, right now it's under the guise of those that are vaccinated and those that are not. But soon it will be those that will follow God and those who do not. So I encourage you, and I am praying for you, that we will all stand firm on the beliefs that we have accepted, that we have been baptized in. You know, let us not waver like Peter wavered and denied Christ and later repented. No, we don't have time for that. We do not have time for that. We need to stand firm to the end, until this earth is made renewed. That's when true justice will prevail. Okay, my friends, I said I was going to end it, and now I'm ending it. Until the next time, stay prayed up and keep in the fight.
Wake up! Wake up! What? Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!